When you think about how um, your old mentality when it comes to the way that you saw God was wrapped around what you did, your performance, and now as you've gotten to know Jesus, as you've been introduced to who Jesus is, how has knowing Jesus freed you from the ways in which you were tied down to performance or just your lack thereof, or your guilt, or the shame that you have been walking around with your entire life?
Definitely, I had how people would see me on the outside. I had really great opportunities. Everyone thought I had a really good life and stuff like that. But all that goodness in my life was very overwhelming, and I didn't know why it happened to me. I mean, I did well in school, but it was very overwhelming because I was in marching band. I had to be with my friends. I had to talk to my friends in high school. I had a job, and like all these, what you think is great things, it was just very overwhelming. And I thought, why me? Like, I'm not top 10. I'm not a prodigy. I'm not like the best at like anything. So I'm like, why is this happening to me? And then as I came to know Jesus, it was very eye-opening that these weren't cursings, these were a blessing. I'm so blessed to have a job that I love, study what I love. I live at home with my family, and knowing that going to winter break, all my friends would cry because they missed their parents, and I get to be with my parents like every day, and that's a blessing. I used to think, I was like, well, wow, I'm not moving out, like, I guess I'm mediocre, but it's just a blessing for me that the cursings I've had and the anxiety I had have turned into a blessing, basically, yeah.
How is Jesus? How has he changed you? Like from January 1st even to now, what has he done in you to give you momentum and freedom and a new passion for the things that he's passionate about?
Well, on January 1st, I started opening my Bible, and then I couldn't stop reading. And it was so great that, I went from going to the first page to maybe going on the internet, like, okay, well, what about this? And I started looking at verses, and I thought, wow, everything that the Bible says is so loving and forgiving, and everything that he does for us is such a blessing. So with starting to read the Bible for myself, I opened up to people. I wanted to get into a Bible study. I don't know, is Sylvia here? I think she's at a meeting. Oh, okay. So she sent me a text. She was like, oh, do you want to get coffee? Because I met her in the fall. And I was like, oh, sure. And she's like, okay, it's right after my Bible study. I was like, hold up, you got a Bible study? Like, can I go? Like, can I be invited? And so that happened. And then I really fell in love with the girls there. Like, I wanted to learn, like, even though I'm not knowledgeable of the Bible, I wanted to talk a lot so that people can correct me, and so that I'm living a good life that Jesus wants me to have, and that I can channel what he's trying to say to me in my life. And then after life groups, usually we go to the union and we eat, and then I would just go to my car and go home. But I realized that the girls in the life group would go to ENC, and I was like, oh wait, what's ENC? Like, can I go? So it's just a growing love that I have, and getting into the Word of things that I thought that, like, there's some things that are like, oh, if you're a Christian, you're boring, whatever. It's like, no, these things are a blessing. Like, these things help you, and, Jesus cares for your body, and it's such a blessing to know that this deity just loves you and did everything for you, And it's like, what did you do to deserve this? Like,
Thank you so much for sharing.
Britney Lopez.